Hello, everybody, and welcome to session 17 of Infinite Fantasy. I'm joined by everyone except for Maddie, who's on their honeymoon. Say hello, everybody except for Maddie, who's on their honeymoon.
That's too much.
Hello, everybody. Hello,
Oh my goodness! All right. Last we had left off. That was Chris was like, I might try that one. I'm sorry, you've lost me. Last we had left off, you guys had gotten to Killfell. After some travel shenanigans, purchased a new airship, which I'm trying to remember now. I don't think you guys gave a name.
No.
It has a name.
Yes. I'm trying to find it in my notes now.
I'm trying to find my notes. Okay. It's called the Folly or
The
something.
Folly,
it's just a
yeah.
very bad name for a racing.
It was just
for a racing ship.
yeah. I think and I think it was painted on after it had kind of been converted, or not converted, but been used as in like a music video. Like that's when it was given that name. But yes, so that is in your possession. You guys had gotten to the city, done some exploration. Sorry, brain. Zed had gone and spoken with a member from the kind of intelligence agency from the kingdom, or from the Republic, rather, at what was it called? The Whispering Exchange. Yes, this kind of strange lounge that seemed kind of mainly used for like shadier business transactions and dealings, where you exchange some information ahead of your journey to go find the next Esper. And I believe we had kind of ended with you guys getting ready to leave.
I will flag that, and we did not resolve this last session. You said you would bookmark it to start with, that I and I believe Silas went with me, went to the library to go research more on Shiva's artifacts.
Yes, thank you. Go ahead and make an investigation roll for me. Unless we already did that, I don't think so.
We did not know.
Okay. Five. Okay. And specifically, you want to know, like, where you might find the other pieces.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you spend some time in this library. Again, it's kind of like it's a public library, but it's in the section with the university here. That's kind of mainly technical institute, but it is somewhat unusually open to the public. It is not just reserved for the people attending that school. And it's quite a large library. You're going in. There is a bent towards the sciences here, so you do have to look a little bit around through the stacks. The section that you're looking in is maybe a little bit smaller than you might hope, but on a 25, before too long, you do come across a book. It's doesn't seem to be a book of historical facts, but more a mythology book, and particularly on the Espers. And maybe the reason why you kind of pick it up out of the other ones is that this one has a depiction of some of the Espers on the front cover, and it's notably. The depictions are kind of, you see like Ifrit, Shiva, etc. And they're the most similar to like what you actually have seen when you met the Espers themselves. On the cover, there are, in addition, or there's a depiction of Sprite, Ifrit, Shiva. There is, I told you about. There is an elderly kind of looking man who you would describe as being sort of sage-like, with a staff in hand. There is a large serpentine creature that seems to be kind of curled around this artistic drawing, like a pillar of water or something like that. And central is a kind of, at first you think it's supposed to be black, but the cover is very specifically like got this sheen to that bit of art, so it's more like a steel color. But they appear to be a very dragon-like creature. Big wings, like a powerful frame, and almost like a beam of light or energy that is like coalescing around their mouth, almost like they're ready to launch it off. Those are the ones that you see.
Can I just repeat?
Yes.
Can I repeat this back to you?
Yes.
So there are all the Espers that we know about. And then notably the two that we have not like actually found, or that I wouldn't recognize from one of the ones that we found, are one that's the one that is elderly and has a staff and looks very, very sage-like and is probably thus our Lord of Lightning. Another one, which you have described as very serpentine, so that's probably our water one. And then this dragon thing that you were describing, which is like the shiny black, shiny steel sort of color, that is a distinct, like, this is a dragon type creature in the middle.
Correct. Okay. Yes, 100%. When you open up the book here, you're kind of not sure, because I think if I remember correctly, you guys have like looked for some of this information before in the Empire, and either you've been unlucky or maybe that information was like intentionally removed. You're not sure, but this has like a more full wealth of the kind of information that you would be looking for. So it's kind of got like a description of some like legends around like Sprite and Ifrit, etc. And you can kind of feel the Espers like rumbling in the part of your mind as you're kind of going through it. So it's got like, like legends of like Sprite having gone and like healing a forest devastated by like a kingdom that chucked it down, and then et cetera, like some heroes came and they enlisted their aid, and so on and so forth for each of the espers. And the stories are definitely very much flavored towards their what you know of them and their personalities. It seems to be somewhat well researched, although the author is very clear that this is like not even third-hand information. So whether the details are accurate or these things actually happened, this is how, what legends they were able to piece together at the time to make a cohesive story. So there's no like names of the people who may or may not have done this. Even they're always just listed as like the 4 heroes, the 5 heroes, etc. Or sometimes like the young warrior, the elderly maiden, etc., etc., etc. When you get down to the bits about Shiva, you're specifically looking for like these references to these weapons that you currently have in your possession, or at least the bits of them that you currently have in your possession. And you kind of getting to the end, and there's nothing specific, so you're kind of like, okay. So you kind of flip to the end, because there's like some appendices and some additional information, to see if like, okay, well maybe these aren't like specific to Shiva necessarily, but they are like connected to the espers more generally. So you're flipping back to that. And in the oldest section, there is a description of like sort of like an legend, or mythology that kind of predates, according to the author, seemingly predates all of these other stories that they have been telling about a time when they often refer to like what you and most people would call monsters as either fiends or demons, like depending on the text. And according to them, this is again written by like some ancient, like this book is very old, and they're talking about things that were old to them. This like sage figure. So they're using the closest term that they know that the legend uses. In this instance, they are using most typically demons. So there was a time when the demons of the land grew to be so onerous and out of control that the people living there lived in constant fear. Apart from like several well-guarded cities and settlements, most people could not easily traverse like the wider landscape, as this legend retells. During this time, however, there was a very powerful king, and this king sought to use the demons to conquer the rest of the world. In particular, they were interested in finding this place. The author relates to it as, in the legend, as being hell, the place where the demons reside, most specifically. Although you'll see there's some notes about how the author is like not sure if this is like the most accurate description, and in some other like books that they've found, which they have references to, but it's like the way that they reference them is going to make it hard to find, because it's not like academic at all. They're just like the book by so and so, and you know that like he's referring to it as being like an old book himself, so your mileage may vary. But he says that he believes that this place is not like hell per se, as in like a literal physical place you can go to, but more of a metaphysical space where the energies that create and form these creatures are. But he's not sure. In that tale, rather, it mentions that there were 4 heroes that arose to stop this king and banish the demons back to hell, back to this space, whatever it may be. One of them specifically wielded is noted as wielding a sword of great power. And it is described in such a way that reminds you of the carved relief that you had found in Shiva's temple. There was like some depictions of various figures in there. It was very similar. One of them was a very powerful mage who wielded a very impressive staff. Again, kind of reminiscent of the depictions. So it was like a staff. Atop it was a large crystal embedded in mithril, et cetera, et cetera. So, you're kind of getting there. In addition to that, there were 3 other items of particular import that they mentioned. A suit of armor, robes, and finally or tiara. I think probably he uses the word diadem to describe it, because it's kind of clear that it's not necessarily a mark of office. Each of these things were wielded by these 4 heroes. There's a warrior mage, a cleric, and a princess who was in the legend described as being sort of like very dexterous and sneaky, like more like a rogue type. And then the legend sort of concludes. It's very vague on the details, but they, gathered the power of the Espers, went and defeated this king, and closed his connection to hell, shutting off the demons that were flooding out of it.
Did you say the princess was
The princess was the rogue type.
so has been basically the scribe this whole time? Going to say to
You're cutting out a lot, Charlie. I don't know if that's just for me.
No, it's a lot.
You're also cutting out for me.
Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Silas has been basically your scribe this whole time, just kind of like organizing any books that you've pulled and like taking notes and like his chicken scratch as he goes. And then when the princess rogue is mentioned, just looks over, says for stares at you for a long moment, and then says, perhaps if we can find the tiara, we could convince Roscoe to wear it.
I think you'd like it too much.
That, or it might interfere with the pomade.
Don't tell him I said this. I do think his hair is magic and filled with secrets.
It is impressive.
I don't like it's definitely like evil, right? Like it's evil pomade. I don't know.
His pomade is evil.
I think it is. I think it has to be.
Far be it from me to disagree, I suppose. Silas just writes down next to the tiara, Roscoe.
Evil
Like,
Panay.
And
Silas does not report that part.
as for like the whereabouts of these items, the legend doesn't have a lot to offer on that. But it basically says that after their journey, the heroes in either returned home blissfully in one or some of the retellings, or otherwise went to rest with the Espers. What they exactly mean by that is unclear.
Is there a
That's a
children's section in this
euphemism.
library?
Sorry, what was the question, Charlie?
Is there a children's section in this library?
There's a small children's section. It is like, again, it is like a university library.
Yeah. I think Silas will just take a note to himself that the next time they're like somewhere in this area that has like a more children's books, he wants to look up those to see if he can find like references that would lead to the other books that are mentioned that they can't quite find out because of the academic language that, or the lack of academic reference, like the one where it's like kind of tracing back, oh, these things might have been turned into like children's tales because of the mythical nature of them, and then maybe if you trace those back again, you can find more origin points. But if this is more on the university set and there's not a lot of that kind of thing, then he'll just put that off for later.
I mean, you're welcome to make a roll, but I will tell you, no matter what, it's going to be quite difficult. But you're welcome to if you guys are spending the rest of the day here, you can make an investigation check.
Can I give a help action on that?
Yeah, you can assist. I thought that was gonna be one for a second. Okay. Wow. Okay. I was about to just be like, no, yeah. Funny talk it up. You are able to find some children's books here that are a little bit more fanciful in their descriptions, so they may be less accurate, but they also may contain some nuggets of truth that I'm gonna kind of move forward in a sense. So like reading between the lines of like several different dozens of these tales as you're kind of like, someone's walking by, there's like a Moogle that floats by you that looks and then sees you like with like 15 children's books all open to different pages, like furiously scribbling notes, who's like, okay, it's weird. And then like keeps on flying
just
by.
looks at him and says, I've had a new grandchild.
It's like, that doesn't make sense. Vincent keeps flying by. That's one weird thing to do.
When you say that, hey, Agatha like whispers to Orion and goes, "Hey, far be it for me to tell you how to do your job, but sometimes the best way to avoid suspicion when you're doing something weird is to just not make eye contact with anybody."
Is that avoiding suspicion or avoiding noticing that you're suspicious?
It's avoiding creating more suspicion.
Silas says, I don't think you're telling me how to do my job. I think you're providing me an advice on how to do your job, which I do appreciate.
Anyway, I'll remember your grandchildren for the next lie we tell, I guess.
Sadie, Silas decides. That's my newest grandchild.
Good. Now that you've started this lie, we do have to flesh it out. And then Agatha's hood goes back up and goes back to like trying to like basically do the scribing that you were doing for her earlier.
The children's books, as you read between the lines, seem to suggest that the garb of the heroes was crafted with the help of the Espers by this kind of unnamed ancient smith or craftsman, and that these raiments were divided amongst the Espers that gave them their power, essentially.
Hi, Charlie.
Charlie
Charlie
drop.
didn't like the exposition you chose to give.
I didn't like the term raiments. Damn. Well, my bad.
Well, Andrew, I have a whole page and a half of exposition now.
Yeah. I also just realized there's no N in that. It's raiments.
Yep.
I've been saying this wrong this whole time.
Yeah, but not
Charlie.
in a funny way, so we never mentioned it.
Wait, what? Saying what wrong?
I've been saying raiments as raiments. But yeah, it says the information. I don't know where you dropped off.
In summary, the objects were all crafted and like empowered, basically each like distinctly by a one of the 5 Espers, which perhaps suggests that the different artifacts are hanging out where Espers are.
Makes sense. All right. Silas like stacks up 15 children's books, and neatly shelves them.
I will also tell. I mean, you guys may have made this connection, but Agatha certainly would have. That it is most probable that the Empire has some of these pieces in their possession, given that
Certainly,
they had set
Yeah,
up
because they
shop.
had 2 of the Espers.
Yeah. They had set up shop in Ifrit's place, and then also they had taken Sprite from wherever Sprite was previously.
Cool. So maybe no backtracking necessary. Oh. Well, I gotta rest my note-taking fingers for a second.
Silas just kind of smiles.
Oh, that was Kristen. No, Agatha is helping you like shelve the books, and I think is like, even though she is no longer writing things down, her pen has like found its way into her mouth, and she's just sort of like chewing on it thoughtfully. Because while we were doing like all of this research, she was just trying to get down as much information as possible. Now she is like trying to connect the threads in her brain, while not having physical hands on her conspiracy board.
Silas says, Miss Locke, do you remember all of the English classes you attempted to, or the English classes, the language classes you attempted to skip or circumvent and spend time in my office instead?
You mean, do I remember the content? I don't remember what Mr. What's his face was droning on about at any time, but I do remember finishing the workbooks before anybody else got to them.
Silas kind of nods and says, at least there's practical utility now.
Yeah, no, this is definitely more interesting.
With what was necessary for your academic success and active rebellion, I see.
Yeah. Hey, I want it on record. I want it on record that I have never flunked a class. It is on record. It's on my permanent record that I've never flunked a class.
Hmm?
I just have an attendance issue.
That feels like an understatement, but you're not wrong. At some point we need to organize these before we give them to everyone's, but I think this is as much as we can possibly do today.
Yeah, I can sit down with it later tonight. I've got pretty decent notes. That I can add to like what I've already been building up. I suspect it doesn't change much of our plan going forward. We're still gonna go try to find whichever one next, the one that's down here, the lightning guy, the sage wise one who's apparently an old man. That'll be fun. You two can bond.
Yes, it's true. All old men get along.
That's my understanding. You grunt at each other? Yeah. Mm.
Silas just grunts and exits the library.
Yeah, no, Agatha nods, going, yes, that was not us. That was because I accurately described old men, not because he was being cheeky at me. Okay, Andrew, thank you so much for the lore dump.
You guys, I believe the plan after this event was to return to the hotel. So the only, I know what Ath is doing. The only unaccounted for person in this case is Roscoe. What do you spend the rest of the night doing while people are having clandestine meetings, doing a bunch of nerd shit in the library, or working on your airship?
I think if left to his own devices and like a new city, people were going to meetings, people were doing airship stuff. Roscoe wasn't setting foot in the library. I think free of any one to get on to him for doing this, and mostly just being very bored. He's going to twofold. He's going to go out with the intent to kind of just explore, and eventually with the end destination being the arriving at the Starville hot dog restaurant. That's the end goal. It's a winding path to it, but that's the end goal.
Right.
On the way, while exploring, he makes himself look with the Guy Fieri shirt on and everything as touristy as possible, in the probably vain hopes that someone will attempt to mug him.
Wow. Yeah, that's yep. That tracks.
First time we've been in a non-war-torn city, and you're like, well, gotta start some violence.
Time to get bugged. Yeah, you.
Anybody who looks at Roscoe and thinks, I could successfully.
Yeah, I'm gonna mug that guy.
They deserve what they get.
Okay. You walk through the streets, but conversely, you're trying to make yourself seem touristy to be like, like maybe I should take advantage of this guy. And everyone instead is like, there's a bunch of Moogles who are like, hi Kupo, are you lost? Do you need directions? Would you like a tour of the city? Hey, can I help you? You see, the tourist attractions are actually on the floors above.
Roscoe's kind of grumbles more to himself. It's just like, actually, I think there's a moment where this happens, these interactions happen, and he's chatting with a couple of the very friendly Moogles that like to stop and ask him questions and stuff. I think there is actually a random just spark of self-reflection of like, I was just disappointed that I wasn't physically assaulted. And then he goes and eats hot dogs.
They're really good. You actually, and there's a part of you that will never admit this out loud to anybody, and maybe even not to yourself. They might be better than the ones back home.
Oh dear.
Can I make a deception check to lie to myself?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I want to convince myself that this isn't true.
No. It's just because I'm so hungry.
Wow.
You're pretty good at lying to yourself.
It's a practice skill.
Definitely beats your insight though.
It just, that little factoid, it gets shoved into the dark back reaches, or the other things I have lied to myself about go, and this are forgotten about.
After this, I think you all return to the hotel room at various different times. Rest and then reconvene in the morning. Asta will let you know that the ship work is going to take a few days. If the plan is to go out like today, if the plan is to leave today, she'll probably stay behind to finish the ship work and then meet up with you guys a little bit closer to pick you up. Since it needs to be in good condition, in her words, as soon as possible. She doesn't necessarily trust anybody else to work on it.
I mean, sure, you'll probably beat us to the mountain anyway. Or to the top. It's not a mountain, right? But
no, they are specifically like not mesas. There's a different. It's like a butte, I think. But yes, they're not mountains.
But yes, Zed confirms that is fine since Maddie won't be here for several more weeks.
Yes, thank you. No, it's not the best excuse, but
Actually, maybe let's just wait. We should just wait.
I'll just roleplay Asta.
No, we'll just wait in real time. But yes. And Zed will tell everybody about my handwriting's illegible. I wrote down it's either called Kupori or Tempori. the hidden Moogle village that he wants to go to?
Actually, it has to be Compori, right?
I
Yes.
think it's more likely Tempori. Because why would I ever write Kupori that way? It looks
I
like
don't
an
know.
H, but I don't write H's that way.
It's
What happens when
definitely
I'm writing notes at
Kupori.
3:30 in the morning?
Kupori.
Sure. I can see how I wrote it that way, I guess. It could equally be Teujovi, how I wrote this.
Oh, I can't help you there.
But yeah, I'll tell everybody about this hidden Moogle village that if we find it, they might have more information about what actually we'll find. And if not, we will have found a hidden Moogle village, which is also fun.
That sounds like a reasonable idea. Go in with more information on this one than we have for the other two.
Good lead. How far? I guess is
All I learned is that it's at the base of the pillars.
how many pillars are there again?
But it's
Uh,
A lot.
wait, I feel like well, there
I
are
might
9
have
major
been-
terraces. Oh,
In the city,
no,
are you talking
I'm
about the
the stone pillars?
I would not take that
Stone
map to
pillars.
be wholly and entirely accurate, as it is more of a representation than a picture. There's also many smaller ones not pictured in this representation. I can tell you, because you guys did some research and stuff. They are they range from 30 to several hundred feet tall, and there are some hundreds or thousands of them. However, there are there's only like of the tall ones. There's like a couple dozen, but they're surrounded by a lot of smaller ones.
so I'm sorry, just to so I have an accurate picture in my head. This feels
Yes.
more like a description of like a redwood forest than like a rock. What I typically think of for a rock formation.
Yeah, it's very weird. It's not like when you think of like mesas, like in the classical sense, like the Grand Canyon or something like that. There are. It feels more like when you're looking down at when you're like in an arid environment and you're looking down at the ground after it just rained and like the ground's all cracked up. It's more like that than like what natural erosion would create.
Actually, that's a question that either I don't know if that would be like common Volda knowledge or not. Is this a is this a natural formation? Is that known? Or was this just a thing that happened at some point that people had just gotten used to?
It's a good question. You don't know. You make a history check.
Can I make a
they-
history check? Feels like the kind
Sure.
of thing I might be just ambiently interested in.
The
Since
closest,
I've been doing since I've been doing research all day, could I give somebody the help action about this history check?
sure.
You can give Roscoe the help action, I think, Zed. Zed would only know it from like a random book about geology and geography that he read forever ago. Yeah, he's not interested. He does not fucking care.
Hey, Roscoe, take a help action. See if you also get a crit.
Oh no, still high roller. 22.
Which is not bad.
While Roscoe's remembering and you are working out what to tell Roscoe, Zed tells a story
Yes.
about that's clearly like a made up thing like that stone rained from the sky like spears and caused this to happen? Like a thing that clearly you are told as a joke by somebody who is maybe like 4 levels above you at school, and you just choose to believe for your whole life.
I think the help action that Agatha provides Roscoe is shaking her head as you describe this. But that's not it.
Watch me have taken what
from-
Andrew wanted to say.
Sorry, no. So from what you know, is that once upon a time, these were the spires were part of a one large mesa or large mesas, even more like a plateau, one could say. And at some point in time, some very destructive event or magic or something happened. I think with a 22, or sorry, with a flat 20, it's a little unclear to you. Some
No,
people.
you should be take the 22.
Yeah, I got the 22.
Oh, okay, sorry. More or less the same, but with a 22,
yeah.
There are some competing versions of what happened. Some people say, like a grand wizard cast like a huge spell to crack the land, etc., etc. Some people attribute it to like a falling meteor that like shattered the plateau, leading to like this strange thing.
Or perhaps
How
the
many
embedding
esteemed
of an
scientists
expert?
bunch
think
of
it's
falling pillars
how
of
many
rock.
people think it's like spears being thrown at the earth? How many in that
A lot. A lot.
Yeah.
What is also true, certainly, is that although it is not initially from a natural phenomenon, it has been there for a very, very long time. So since then, there has been a lot of natural erosion. So it used to be kind of like a cluster of like bigger mesas that, because this was like a very destructive event, they've been like cut away at, leaving just like the cores that remain now, of like the harder bits of stone jutting up, and like the very, very tallest ones are like some of the cores of the hardest rock that was there beforehand. With the 22, you also know that maybe one of the Mughals that you were talking to previously told you some of this information, who was like, hey, you want a tour? Do you know about this? They would have explained that it used to be a very popular tourist attraction, actually, because when the wind passes between all of these things, depending on the weather and the season, sometimes you will hear like a harmonic tone sounding that kind of pings through the valley, or the cuts, as they call them.
Follow-up question. And I know we are doing this to try to figure out where the secret Moogle village is, but I want to talk about Espers for a second. How does the timeline of like when this extremely destructive event line up with the timeline of the mythology of the king trying to harness the powers of demons?
I think somewhat unknown, but they are equally ancient. Whether they occurred like within the span of like the same couple decades or the same century, it's hard to say.
I think Roscoe has a random like Jimmy Neutron brain blast memory of this, where there's just like a harsh cut to a split second of a very like 10-year-old Roscoe at a desk getting slapped in the back of the head by a ruler by his dad, just yelling, "They're not spears!" And then like, cuts back.
Roscoe, you and I gotta talk. This is Kristen. Roscoe and Agatha gotta talk about their daddy issues at some point. Holy shit.
I'd like to retcon why Zed thinks it's spears to the only conversation he ever had with his dad where his dad said anything interesting to him was like, and they threw spears into the ground as they're looking over a map. It's the only memory Zed has of thinking his dad is anything other than the worst human.
The other thing I would
Guys,
say,
we gotta have a daddy issue circle.
Okay.
Is it good?
Zed, it's really important that everyone knows Zed hates his dad because he's boring and plain. Zed's dad is a normal NPC.
well,
in a
see how
Final
that's not a
Fantasy
daddy
game,
issue,
and Zed does
though.
not like him. No, but it's like Zed's dad is lovely. He's just plain and boring.
All right.
But yeah, Roscoe will communicate this, and actually we'll end on top. And the bit about it possibly being done by some old man sage thing, and kind of points over at you, Agatha. Lines up pretty well. So
Agatha has her notes out as you are recounting this and is like slotting this information in with the Lord of Lightning, old and sage. I mean, that's lightning. It's a giant lightning strike. Ooh, could have done that.
And this is, I will also mention a couple things on that 22. So you know that they're difficult to navigate because it's easy to get turned around, and you'll like run into dead ends a lot where you'll like be going through a cut and then suddenly like you're kind of blocked off. There are some hazards. So what they call dry lightning, as in like lightning without clouds or rain, sometimes occurs. People think it's partially the ether in the mana in the air. Partially has to do with the composition of the stone itself, which is like very conducive to this like highly charged electric environment. So it is not uncommon for there to be sudden bursts of lightning or static that roll through this place. A lot of times it isn't deadly, but it can be.
and that's like, this is a very common phenomena,
It is a
That
somewhat
happens.
common phenomena depending on the season.
and specifically it's not around these like spires, it's like in the cluster of them this happens.
Yeah, like in the canyons, in the slots, etc. And I would say in the air above them as well, a little bit.
And then Roscoe will kind of just very quickly after that, he said, I don't know how old this place has been around or anything, but I wouldn't build a village where some lightning could strike at any moment. 'Cause maybe it's outside of it.
Or more likely, sorry, Zed is not mocking Roscoe's gravelly voice. Yeah,
It's
just
hey,
had a cough stuck in his throat.
Hey, that's my thing. Don't you fucking dare.
Or more likely, it's carved into one of the pillars.
Sure as well. Damn, I was hoping that would narrow it down. It's gonna take forever.
You also know that this is more rare, but the spires do have been known to collapse. Sometimes they are, but like if there's a particularly thin one that you were to punch, you could probably unmoor it from the earth, for instance. And then
But you
finally, yeah, no, of course not.
Roscoe and
But
Agatha.
just so we're clear that it is a thing you could do. Finally, there is flooding. There, like flash floods are not uncommon.
This place fucking sucks.
But again, it's seasonal.
It's-
It's very it's not a lot of people live here. There's not like any big cities here. There's a secret Mughal village, and that's pretty much it. Like it is very much not a well occupied area, and even the plains leading up to it are pretty because it's also somewhat arid. Because it's kind of like in a bowl, and not a lot of rivers flow through that particular area.
There's a thing. It's like very quick off topic. There's a thing that I always run into whenever I play fantasy games or like JRPGs, where like sometimes I have to ask when I see a location, like, okay, what is the logic of a people building a town here? Like, why is a village here? Because it's like, yeah, let's build a village in the arid
Yeah.
place, struck by dry lightning, covered in floods, where the like we can
Why-
have
why
landslides
is-
every day.
Yeah, that would be
And
like,
sometimes
every-
people just be living places.
Why is every Final Fantasy X town a rickety fucking shanty port in a world that has a god living in the ocean that wants to kill you? Like, just have some
Well,
inland city.
To be fair, he can fly too. Like it just
He
likes
does
the
that
ocean.
less often. Yeah, he likes swimming.
It doesn't help that like I think that world is 90% water or 99% water, as opposed to like almost entirely islands.
And the places where there
Anyways.
aren't water, they make giant spheres of breathable water so that people can play Blitzball.
Anyways, I think that's all you know on 22.
I don't know
Like
if I rolled
Rockwood's.
last session about. I must have rolled about Kapori, just a history check on that exact little village, right?
I don't remember.
I simply.
I'll let you do it again.
Madness for me to know. I'll see if I recently rolled a history check because, like, in the chat.
You did roll one, but that was, I think.
I rolled persuasion like with the guy, and then I rolled a 25 for something else. I think I don't think I rolled on the town in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll fail this real quick. Yeah, there you go. I simply because
wow.
they're spears, you can't live in spears. So like he'd never consider if somebody said there's a village near the spears, he'd just be like, well, no, there's not. You can't live in spears. They're not a sword. The Final Fantasy IX joke.
This roll history is
Don't
a
look
crime.
at roll history judging me.
Like, I'm not judging
I'm
you.
really
I'm
bad at. I'm bad at intelligence at history for someone that's an expert in history.
That's hateful.
I'm glad I didn't take. Oh, I guess the advantage would have made a difference, but I would have rolled a 13 with advantage and been equally sad. But yeah, I think Zed will communicate to the group that his plan is we have to. We're either going to sit here spinning our wheels, doing nothing while we wait for Asta, or we go out there, and who knows? Maybe we just see signs of life, or we see a pillar that has conveniently formed a ramp up to like halfway up one of the other pillars, where we see signs of life. Because
One
if
that's
it
in
floods,
higher
it's
res.
on the ground.
Yeah, someone's in higher rates.
You say a pillar falling to make a perfectly formed ramp, and you see a loading wheel begin to appear above Roscoe's head as he thinks about something, but then shuffles it away for later.
Sometimes you say things. Sometimes you say things. Yeah, I mean, I if we want to maybe start by doing like a circle of the outside, because I tend to agree with this idea that getting a whole village in somewhere so inhospitable
It'd have to
might be a
like
bit of a challenge.
that aside, also, how are we getting to it? Are we walking? Because like, Asta would blow past us in like a morning. By the time we got a couple days, like a day,
You can
couple days
take there are some overland vehicles that you can use, or you could rent more chocobo if you wanted to. But there are, like I said, it's not super populated, but there are some settlements on the outskirts. So you could take, they do have some, what are they called? Gondolas, not the floating kinds, some floating gondolas that go out into the plateau on the other side of the city. Like you kind of you sort of encircle the mountain, and then you can take a gondola down into the plateau. That will get you fairly close. They don't go into the spires, but
Agatha mutters to nobody in particular. Bye, Charlie. Agatha mutters to no one in particular. I'd prefer not to take a train again.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
Ross.
can rent chocobos.
That's true.
Wait,
We could always go find
Let me
another.
check my money, since I assume that I am the person responsible for paying.
yeah.
Yes,
You-
we can rent
I was
chocobos.
say you did spend a lot, but I
I
think you saw
forgot-
quite a bit.
I forgot if I had frivolously spent more money.
All right. Well, I'll go source some chocobos. If you all get ready, we can keep the. What's the chocobo day trip time up there?
It'll probably be like day and a half. So like one full day, you'll just be traveling, and then on the next day, like halfway through, you'll make it there.
I will pay the rooms like for another like 6 days.
Okay.
Actually, no, I won't. None of us have anything that we would be leaving here. We don't need rooms to come back to. And
I,
Atka
got-
sleeping
I, got-
on the
I need
ship,
to
right?
store. I need to store my fruit leather somewhere.
Well, you can keep it in Asta's room.
Oh, the ship
Oh,
where Asta
Hey.
sleeps.
Come back
When
to
mentioning-
zero for
when
leather.
mentioning,
That's
like,
all
our-
have eaten it all.
we're mentioning like our stuff. We don't really leave anything behind. Roscoe like very quickly kind of goes over his purse and make sure he has everything, and he kind of looks down at his hand. That's what you said. And this, you're the one who bought this, so I feel like I should want to ask you. Should we keep this? Do you want to sell this? And it's the ice rink. Are we going?
Zed
are
looked
we
at-
going back? Like,
Zed looks at it and says, you can keep it for the reception when you see your brother next.
what?
It'll be a cold reception, right?
I was gonna look to the ring.
Crazy.
Kind of like thinks about it for a second. Yeah, he might have some like a weird ice sword. That's right. Takes it completely seriously. Like, he's probably gonna try to beat me up with something. It's fine. Puts it back on.
Also, Zed doesn't remember what the ice ring is, despite having one in one of his many pockets. Other than the fact that it's an ice
It-
ring, he's like, "When did I even buy that?"
It reduces ice damage by like 3, I think.
Yeah, it gives you some DR against cold damage. You guys bought it before you went to the
Yeah, the guy was. It was the guy who was like, "These are hot
Plains of
commodity
Ice.
items. Please buy them."
Yeah.
I have so many of
Oh,
them. Look
yeah.
how much of a hot commodity they are. So we got 2 of them.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't want to buy them.
Yeah, they were just kind of cheap.
Yeah, I'll go
Speaking
get-
of which, there are magic items here, but yeah, let's move on for now.
I'll go get some chocobos.
All right. I guess you only have to
Hold
write
on.
4. So
Hold on. If Asta picks us up in the airship, we
Yes.
will not have room for these chocobos.
they will. Okay, so they will fit on the deck. You wouldn't want to have them for like longer than like what it would take to get back to the city.
Our
Okay.
our
Okay, so in
rickety
a
ass,
perfect world,
our rickety ass airship having 4 chocobos hanging off the side.
it better not be.
It's a
rickety. I spent
situation-
quite a lot of money to fix it.
Yes. So it's a situation where, right, like on a boat, like on a ship, you couldn't have 4 horses in steerage necessarily, but you could have 4 horses on deck for a short period of time. Like, if someone's watching them and then whatnot, it would not necessarily be the easiest thing, but you could do it. You just it doesn't have a huge cargo hold.
So in a perfect world, we take the chocobos out there, we deal with the Esper, we retrieve the chocobos, we put them on the airship, they can make it back here. If we're being chased, that's terrible.
If you're being chased, you're probably just gonna have to abandon them.
I mean, I'll also just ask somebody at the Moogle village that we'll definitely find to take them back if we really need it.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Zed, having computed all of that, does decide to get chocobos.
I love our Chocobo management
I
game.
The problem is Zed also really, really likes chocobos. Like, he has one that he owns that he's very fond of. But, like, we do need them to get around. So yeah, he'll go find a chocobo rental place.
Ass is gonna ask you for 10 grand.
I gave
Stuff.
Asta 10 grand last week.
It's just gonna ask you for 10 more grand.
Fucking pyramid scheme.
Zed knows Asta can't lie, but really looks at her and is like,
She says, she'll say like, "Oh, I don't need it per se, but we can make the ship a lot nicer."
Is this like, hold up, by nicer, does
Okay.
she fit like, here's 10 grand, let's improve the performance, or here's 10 grand, you come back to leather seats?
A little bit of column
No,
A, a little bit of column B.
it's mostly column B. The ship is fast already. But
Yeah,
Zed will
yeah.
give her 10,000 extra gil. Because he trusts Asta to make a decision
That's,
monetarily about what is good for the ship in terms of travel.
she also has no concept of, you just keep having money. So it's just like, well, I guess he doesn't care about it much.
Oh, okay. In that case, wait, let me roll insight then. If I feel like it's because she thinks I don't care about my money. Zed
She just
doesn't
has
notice.
she just has no concept of how much money you have, and this wasn't that. You're like, yeah, we could get a much bigger
think-
airship.
I do think Asta has a very good idea of how much money I have.
Okay.
Because all the money I've spent has been in front of Asta. I told her the upper limit of what we can spend on the
Well,
military.
she knows that you have
But-
a lot more than that
Yeah,
in the bank.
Okay, great. Yeah, Zed will give her the 10,000 and not say anything else since I rolled bad on my insight check. And also, Maddie's not here, so what's the point? And then I'll go and pay money for us to have 4 chocobos. Can I roll to
Yes.
see if they have any fun ones?
Yeah, please do. Roll a D100. Actually, everybody roll a D100.
This is just further making me feel like we do need to
I
find
thought that was going to be 11.
Yojimbo for
You either want really high or really low.
I don't have any money left. Well, Yojimbo for Zed is the same as getting money Yojimbo for any of you.
Okay. So 3 of the chocobos are fairly normal, standard looking, etc. Roscoe's, yours, by the time that you get it, is going to seem a little bit more. I don't know if rowdy is the right word, but like,
Has personality.
yeah, it's like a little bit of fiery, you could say. Like it's got a bit of a like when you're riding it, it wants to you know let the bit out and really get off. However, it's still mostly just normal chocobo. Agatha with a 29, which actually, I guess Zed, you rolled 71. That's true. It was supposed to be 30 on either side. Okay. So, Agatha, you have a here. You have a green, or what's known as a green chocobo. It's a little bit on the smaller side. You don't know if they're more common here, but it's a little bit like the mules of chocobos. So it's a little bit smaller, but they're a little bit sturdier and a little bit smarter. But otherwise, like the stats are more or less the same. Like they have the same speed, etc., etc. Some green chocobos, though, have been known to be able to cast spells on their own. In particular, they can occasionally, there are some stories, and ranchers will attest to this, of them being able to cure themselves and other creatures to impart some minor healing upon them.
Do they come with names?
They probably do, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. So if you would like to think of a name, I'm also not sure that the guy would or that he would remember to tell you their names. Zed, you actually get a black chocobo. The distinctive thing being that the black chocobo's wings are more functional, so they can achieve limited flight, particularly if they're jumping off of a high platform.
But that will definitely be useful.
But yes.
Great. How much do I have to pay for like 5 days of rental of these chocobos? Because I don't necessarily have enough if they're very expensive, given that Asta just asked me for money.
No, they're not that expensive. I
This
just
guy
want to
doesn't have
afford it.
an insurance fraud scheme. This guy has a different insurance broad scheme.
Yeah.
Man, I wonder how he's doing now that his chocobos have been returned. Did he have to give that money back that he got from the insurance claim? Who's to say?
Um,
The law? Fraud law?
it'll end up being five days, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Um, it'll end up being about 5,000 with and 4,000 of which is the deposit.
So 9,000 total.
No, 5,000 total. You're paying 1,000 for the 5 days.
Okay. Didn't I pay like 30 grand last time?
Yeah, this is a lot more reasonable.
God damn it. I swear to God. If you all die and I have to go back to my normal life, I'm gonna buy that Chocobo business. And then I'm
It
gonna buy that
wasn't-
guy's family house and I'm gonna burn it to the ground.
It wasn't that much more. I think he,
And then-
For the
he,
insurance.
I think he charged you like 15, but you also got an extra chocobo. But yes, it's definitely cheaper.
I'm
remember
sure
this
I had
having,
this
like,
written down
30 grand.
somewhere.
Probably.
I had so much money and you were like, it's more than you have. And I was like, okay. It's fine. I like that it's cheap.
The Moogles were like, why would anybody not bring it back? We don't need to charge that much for the deposit. Why would you not bring it back? Meanwhile, in Sarville, they're like, this guy's going to take my chocobos. You better give me that deposit up front.
Yeah, well, Sarvale's a town where, like, ex-professional boxers routinely beat up street kids. So, like, yes, I do think that's probably fair.
I do have notes from that section that say Roscoe bullies children.
Right?
Which section is that where Roscoe bullies children? Because I feel like we have a lot of options.
Like 9 or
This is
10.
fair.
I don't think I took notes about the bullying of children.
See, is it
Full
in
force for
the
a
game
swap ball.
discussion?
It's section 6.
One time.
6?
I know.
Okay. Yeah.
It says here 5k deposit for the Chocobo rental. I'm being crazy.
Okay. I was like, I
Maybe
didn't think it was
5K
that
each.
much more.
I just hadn't been to a bank yet, so like I didn't have that much money.
Yeah. I was like, I
Yes,
just did the math, and I thought I did the same math, but you were convinced. I'm like, I don't remember now.
It felt like I had a lot of money then, and the Chocobo stuff was a lot. But
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that's a session, and I think we should all check in on this. How is Operation Underdog going for Zed? Have we convinced the people of that city that the governor eats his hot dogs plain?
oh, Zed stopped caring about that as we walked out of the
You don't know. You haven't been back
Obvious.
yet. Yeah, you.
We hard
Yeah.
snap cut back to Sarville. It's a fucking revolution.
Zed they like asked Zed to help, but he didn't really like that resistance cell anyway, so he was like vaguely doing stuff, but he doesn't care.
Just in case it matters, but if you were to buy 4 chocobos, it would be 30,000.
We don't have an airship with which we could carry poor Chocobo.
I just wanted
What was the point?
to let you
I
know.
thought about it. But we can't.
Just
would do
in
nothing.
case. Just in case. So now you understand.
What if you give Asta 10 more grand and make a chocobo like section.
Chocobo, like, expand the storage.
like an Operation Chocobo drop style way to carry chocobos, because that
Yeah.
feels dangerous. Also, I'm not giving Asta more money, and I assume that I have to pay for most of the food that you're all eating. Like,
Hey, I come with an endless supply of fruit leather and trail mix.
your fruit leather
Wait.
ran out last episode, and I paid to replace it.
Endless. Now, here's what I will pitch. Every single
This
time,
is like the look at
everybody.
it's like, oh yeah, like toilet paper is just like it just comes with your house. It just appears. Like my parents don't buy that. What are you talking about?
I will say, every single time I have mentioned to anybody in my life that I am doing a Final Fantasy themed D&D game, everyone goes, "Well, have you gotten your own chocobo yet?" So,
I started with one. I don't need to own two. That's the other thing. Should have brought my chocobo. But yes, I'll
You should
pay
have.
for anybody that wants to eat dinner at a place that isn't fruit leather bag that Agatha is holding.
All right.
As well,
It doesn't take you. It doesn't take you that long to rent the chocobos. Too. So did you guys want to leave the same day, presumably, after you have this discussion?
If it's early enough in the morning that we can
Yeah.
get them, then Zed would be yes.
Okay. No problem. While you're renting the chocobos, Asta will buy everybody breakfast because Asta does have some money, not a lot, but some.
She can't have some money when I just gave her 20,000 gil. That's all my money.
No. That money is gone now. That money is earmarked for stuff.
How does Zed feel about giving Asta 20,000 gil and then being invited out for breakfast by Asta and then seeing very familiar looking bills handed over by Asta?
I've seen this episode of Community, and if Asta's making a film about Zed, that's unacceptable. Zed continues to wonder if he's picked the wrong side in this war. He could go back to the Empire pretty easily.
All right, you guys have breakfast, which mainly consists of like it's like a very good, but it's a lot of like porridge or like
Oh man.
egg
You
pupusas.
don't want to go on a multi-hour chocobo ride to a stomach full of porridge.
Yeah, Zed does feel bad about Asta inviting everyone to breakfast until Asta picked a porridge spot, which is like what you work if you're like doing a 16-hour day, like stocking the cargo of a ship.
This is so it's just that like in Kilfell, like the breakfast of choice is like some kind of porridge or oats, or you could get like again like savory like papusa style dishes.
Is there protein?
Yeah, it's in savory. They don't eat a lot of meat, actually, but you can find some. Just because Mughals don't need that much protein. In comparison to humans, anyways, they're so much smaller.
Ross will get a papusa, and we'll get a side of whatever protein. We'll put it in between and like fold it to where in his hand it looks like a piece of bread, and then a piece of bread, and then meat in the middle.
Okay. All right. You guys get breakfast and then you head off. So this is staying. This is leaving. You spend a day of travel pretty uneventful. You kind of start to leave. You kind of take the chocobos are down at the foothills of the mountain. You take the with the pods down, get the chocobos, and then head out. The landscape around Killfell is quite temperate and fairly wet. There's a lot of rivers running out of the mountains near there. It is like subtropical slightly. As you start to head north into, again, this kind of land that's almost in like a bowl between these two mountain ranges, where there isn't as much rain that gets through, and a lot of the snow melt is on either side. It does get to be a little bit more arid, a little bit more like the areas around like Obrio and Velward. So it's kind of like scrublands, but it's pretty uneventful. There are some towns and villages out here. You do note that there are a number of military sites on the Killfell side. The assumption being that if the Empire was going to strike further south, they'd be going through this area. So, gun emplacements and stuff have been set up in this plain. But nobody stopped you or anything like that. They're just, clearly ready. As you begin to turn to head a little bit more towards the pillars, you start to gets like even drier a little bit, and the shrubs begin to give way to more like sandy desert, mostly on the second day. You guys can stop in a town and sleep at like a cheap inn. It's like probably for the four of you like 100 gil or so, in this like small town. It's like very much got a little bit of a Western Ranger, or a Western like small town vibe, like a cowboy town almost. But you sleep there, get up next morning, and then continue onwards. As you are going, can I get whoever is leading the expedition to make me a survival check?
Is that still me?
It's normally Silas.
Yeah. Hey, I got very
Well-
distracted.
What do you roll?
An 8.
An 8. At least we can't miss the pillars. It's just something bad will happen.
Okay. As you are, so as you're traversing, eventually, the idea, as I understood it, was to like kind of get to the base of them and then to start to circle until you saw some evidence of habitation. All right.
Yeah.
So as you start to get up to them and you start to circle, it's not all uniform. It's not like, oh, you get it and there's a barrier. So you start to circle and you have to go like out and in a little bit to keep towards the edge, but not go in, more or less. But there's a couple times where you are, you're traveling in this manner and it's not clear where the start and stop is exactly. And there'll be a couple smaller pillars like outside what seems to be the main cluster, and you're kind of going through, you're like, oh, that's probably not a problem. You just make the cut through until you end up in a little bit of a bowl again, where you're like, oh, we should have gone the longer way around a little bit. Can you roll me a D100?
Me?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay. as you are doing this, you come to a more sandier patch of terrain as the chocobos are going on. When out from the sand burst several monsters. They appear to be roughly the size of a large wolf. They're bipedal but covered in fur, and they have like scales with big claws that you can see carry a bit of a static about them. That's where we're gonna go to break. It's about that time, anyways. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hello, as we go into the second half, as we go into a battle. Go ahead and roll initiative. Let me pull the thing on so that everyone can see.
Hey, this isn't great.
It's fine. All right. The
I mean, to be fair, they are raptors, so they should be fast.
Yeah. The Volclaw Raptor, this one is going to run up to Zed. Actually, before I do that, I just kind of put you down. Is this the order roughly you'd be traveling in? Do you want to move yourselves within like this square? Oh, that's not square, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I would like
I
to, for
am-
no reason, be up here.
I am happy where I am. A question I will ask: what are we going to be rulesing about the fact that we're on chocobos?
So you have the chocobo movement speeds. The chocobos will not be fighting unless you want to replace one of your attacks with a chocobo attack. I can tell you they're probably not as good as you in almost any circumstance, except for maybe for Silas. Although you can direct your chocobo to cast Cure Wounds on somebody, which is, kind of nice. And generally speaking, the monsters are going to attack you before they attack the chocobo.
I don't know why it didn't post because I tried to label it, but it was 3-wheel 2-0. So I get 1 2-wheel and 1 woe out of it.
Yes.
And
correct.
what is the chocobo movement speed?
60. So
Fuck
you guys
yeah,
can
brother.
move pretty fast. These creatures you can tell are also very fast. Okay, with that movement in mind, this one's going to run up. That's 50 feet. I know it's not measuring right, but yeah, 50 feet. It's going to run up to, say it's going to run up to Roscoe right here. And they're going to do 2 swipes or 1. One swipe with the claws, crackling with lightning, and 1 bite. So that's for the claw. 21. This for the bite. Also 21. So you're gonna take 19 Ola. 3 of that is lightning, but I don't think that matters at the moment.
Yeah.
But they do some lightning damage. So they just run up and it's like crackling. It swipes at you. Some of the electricity like shocks you, and then it'll bite down on your leg as well. This one over here is going to do the same thing, but it's going to hop around to Zed. Hitting and missing, I believe. Or missing and hitting, rather. I think. For 11 points of damage, as it kind of fumbles a little bit on the swipe, but does manage to get a bite up on your leg. Oh, I'm sorry. You haven't gone yet. They're going to do a little bit of extra damage to both of you. They hit Roscoe twice. So Roscoe, you're also going to take this. And then Zed, you're going to take this. So Roscoe, another 12. Zed, that's 7. Then it's going to be Agatha's turn. That's because they went before you in initiative on the first round of combat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Agatha is going to pop around Silas to get into melee with this fucker right here. Draw her rapier, and we are going to take a booming blade attack.
Nice.
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 This is a oh my god. Okay. So double sneak attack.
Oh, let me roll
On that is-
HPs.
And then what is the
It'd be 4d8 total, right? Because rapier times 2, booming blade bonus times 2.
Well, the rapier should have done it automatically.
yeah, rapier did it
Okay.
automatically. So
So
I
it'd be
get
another 2d8.
another 2d8. Holy shit.
Yeah. We're at 35 plus the 2d8.
One second. At 5th level. Cool. Yeah. So then we'll drop booming blade here. And then so one more d8 on top of that.
40 damage.
Okay. Not the greatest those rolls could have been.
It
And
is 20.
then can I fuck it, can I offhand?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll do 8. Bringing it quite wounded, but not down. Yeah, they're pretty tough. Overall, these creatures. You get a really good stab like right into its rib cage, as it kind of lets out this undulating roar. It's like somewhere between like a bird cry and a more like predatory roar. Think dinosaur.
And then because I hit it successfully with a magic attack, I can disengage without having to use a bonus action.
Correct.
So I'm going to back the fuck up and go, come over here, bastard.
All right. Make a. What's this like? I don't have an asshole check, unfortunately. No. I guess
Making a flip.
intimidation.
Roll for check.
That is the you wouldn't believe, but I do in fact that is the one charisma skill that I have proficiency in.
Okay. Yeah, you're going it forward. It just got stabbed, so it's like. That's gonna be your go. It's not gonna go for a while, so we'll see how that plays out. This one though, it's gonna come up from behind and take a couple swipes at you, Agatha. No bonus damage though, because you already went. So claw and a bite.
All of those are private.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's because I was rolling their HP. Reveal. So the first one's a 26, which will hit, and I did roll really good. So it's 20 points of damage.
Reaction.
Uncanny
Is it
dodge.
lightning damage?
12 of it is lightning damage.
I never
So-
use absorb element.
You definitely can. That will get halved so it'll become 14 points of damage, and then you'll get an extra d6 on your next attack of lightning.
Yeah, we're gonna do absorb elements, even though these bastards are definitely resistant to
Yes.
lightning.
Right. And then the second attack of the bite just like goes wide after the claw manages to rake across your back. And it'll be Zed's turn.
So actually, would that
Oh, sorry.
since that was the first attack
Mhm.
that hit, would I get to wait? No, it's only hitting once. Never mind.
Yeah.
Whoopsie poopsie.
But if you get hit again, that you'll keep the resistance.
Mhm.
Yep. That's it.
Zed, kind of having gotten his more advanced blue magic a little bit more under control and understandable now, like flicks his hand back, and the spirit of the white wind giant bird creature just appears behind him in the like little four square there. As I white wind everybody, it will not be as good as normal because I did get hit. So everybody heals 4, which is essentially me and Roscoe and Agatha. And with his other hand, as he's doing that, he like Silas, you can hear his knuckles crack as he like closes his fist, and when he opens them, instead it sounds like ice cracking. And he taps his chest, and Arm of Agathis appears. And I'll cast it at an obscenely high level.
Alice kind of like tilts
Okay.
his head and follows that sublimation, like the in the air.
So they're going to take 20 if they hit you.
Yes.
Good.
And then instead of moving, just in front of Zed's eye, it used to like require his hand to point, but now in front of his eye, the crosshair appears, and I'll try and scan this thing in front of me to see if it has like a fun ability I can steal. But I never passed these checks. So, is this nature or
This would be a nature
Arcana?
check.
nature? All right. Well. Oh, 23. That's
Hey.
definitely higher than this is CR.
23, yes. What were the things that you
I
wanted
will
to...
take. Oh, I haven't done scan successfully for like 10 sessions.
It's been a
Hang
while.
on, let me output it. Oh, if it
And
has a
then
skill
you'll
I can
get
learn, I
that-
will now learn it.
Yeah.
I would like to know its vulnerabilities, and it's the AC, I guess.
Okay. Their AC is 14. They're actually not that hard to hit. They're speedy, but they like the scales are not that tough. It is not vulnerable to any particular kind of damage.
Okay,
Um,
that's what I thought. Yeah. And Zed will kind of murmur to Roscoe behind him, and I guess Silence, but mostly Roscoe.
You will learn the Surge Blue Magic. This is a reaction when you take elemental damage. You can return that as a 10-foot burst, and creatures will take an amount of elemental damage.
Okay.
Sent back. You know that
Zed
this
murmurs-
creature will do it with lightning damage, not with all types of elemental damages. But your version of this ability is better, the one that you can learn.
Zed kind of murmurs to Roscoe and says, they don't look that hard to hit. Oh, and they're gonna, if you cast lightning at them, they're gonna spit lightning back at you. He says louder to everybody. And then that will be it. I do try and take its attention from Silas.
Can you repeat?
Everybody's just really proud of
said.
If you hit them with lightning, they're going to spit lightning back at you.
So great, cool.
Yeah, I did think it was.
not.
I did think it was very funny when you cast sort of elements. There was a river god that worked. Yeah, so let me Silas's turn.
All right. You armor of Agatha, so that's 10 HP, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Then I will not invigorate you. I'm gonna Spirit Guardians.
Velociraptors running into a storm of Spirit Guardians and an angry Roscoe.
Yep.
And that technically there's a giant bird there.
Dude,
That was Private Charlie.
fun.
Uh,
Pop out the message mostly and get
yeah.
the template down. And then bonus action. Guess I can invigorate. Roscoe took a chunk of damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll go on you instead.
Everybody except
like-
for you has been hit, which is funny because normally it's the opposite.
Which is good. In case it comes up or people forget, Roscoe, after taking like 30 something damage, still has like 20 plus more HP than like most of you.
That's true. Yes, Roscoe has an insane amount of hit points.
Okay, then maybe I'll just wait on it, and I will. If you're doing great.
I'm sitting at 87.
Okay. Yeah. But what did you start at? How much did you take on just the first hit?
I started at 114.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're doing fine. All right. I'll save it for more dire moments.
Be double my height, like my max HP actually. Might be double.
Yeah. Is the one in the corner isn't quite in like the one with Agatha isn't quite in my Spirit Guardian's ranges.
Correct. Yeah, it is slightly outside of the Spirit Guardian.
Yeah, but I don't think I can move without drawing an opportunity attack or putting the other one outside of it, so
Yes, that's true. Don't worry, they're about to run into you guys. There'll be some more in that circle very soon.
yeah. That's it for me, sorry.
Okay, sorry. This one is going to run over to get up next to Agatha and do the same old claw and bite. Really bad damage.
To the Guardians, technically.
No, it's still slightly outside.
Okay.
Unfortunately. So the 7 is reduced down to 6. And then you take the 15. So 21.
Okay.
Really good.
Ouch. So the no lightning claw versus bite. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, the lightning damage, it just didn't roll very high. So the reduction wasn't that much, unfortunately. So I guess it's better than rolling
I
high
thought I
on
was-
both of them.
Really thought I was
Uh,
setting myself up for success here.
This other one.
By moving away from the group when you got attacked by pack monsters?
Cinematically, when you taunted the one, and like Zed and Silas could look at the two behind the corners looking out at you, I did feel like it was a Jurassic Park moment.
Yeah. It was good. Oh.
Man, it's so hard to get anything.
These
to
things are
touch
rolling
that.
really good. Okay, Roscoe, you're gonna take another 30. Plus
Plus
another.
bonus,
Yeah, because you haven't gone yet. You're really slow. So they're taking advantage.
Jesus.
Plus another 17.
so 47.
Yes. Oh, really good.
Did that one take its
No, but it will make the wisdom saving throw. They're not that great at this. Yeah, it'll fail. Oh, I like
Russ getting
that.
eviscerated before he can put up his trans story of my life.
That was private, Andrew.
Yeah, I meant to do that privately. So I'm rolling their
Okay.
HP. I'm rolling their HP real quick. I need. Yeah. Let me do all of them real quick. 8. Okay, so it'll take 18. Ooh. I like rolling because then some of them are like way less HP, and some of
Yeah.
them have a lot more, so it makes it a little bit more unpredictable.
I always like when you guys kill the one with the low HP first, because then it feels like I'm cheating somehow the rest of the fight. Because I'm just like, are these still taking like an extra
Okay.
hit?
So it takes 18, no problem. And then it'll be Roscoe's turn. It's a vengeance.
Roscoe, after getting mauled by these two things, is going to enter into a trance. The energy kind of like coursing up him as his arms catch on fire. In my mental image, the one directly below Roscoe had like lunged and like bitten partially into his arm, and then his arm catches on fire, and then I'm making a melee attack into its mouth. So I'm going to recklessly punch at that thing.
All right.
Because how dare it?
That'll hit.
It's a lot.
Yeah. You have to roll like really bad not to hit them.
For 17.
That's against this one?
Yep.
Rather take that to the face. Snout pop him.
Punch him again.
Yep.
Same, another 17.
Roscoe's got really consistent form. Like each jab is a jab he's thrown 1,000 times.
And then knowing it'll be like probably opportunity because things are very instinct driven, he will move up out of that one's range. He just popped twice to get like back to back or at least side to side with Zed.
Alright. Yeah, it'll take a claw swipe.
Prep it.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
Jesus.
That doesn't-
I'm just rolling really good with these guys. They only have a +8. But that will be halved. Well, at least,
the slashing will.
yeah, so it'll be 12 instead. Right. The last one is actually going to come. It'll make a wisdom save, but it's going to attack the.
No, my blue magic point.
Yeah, the summon.
It's crazy that you rolled another 19.
Probably just crushing
That
it.
misses.
Okay, well, it misses. I'll do the bite attack as well. I'll take 24.
That
I think
does
it passed
hit.
its check, so it only takes 12.
You're right.
You're,
The
I
blue-
mean, I would have taken it.
Doing a lot of things
But-
really quickly.
Yeah, no.
The summon goes down.
Okay. It will then finish its move, getting right up here, I think. And then we're going to go back to the top. Wisdom save. Failing. Becomes bloodied from Spirit Guardians, but is going to make a couple attacks on Roscoe. What's your AC again?
That
16?
hits. I also remember you have advantage.
Oh. I'll click them just in case. No, just regular hits. So another 7, or sorry,
11,
4,
17 total.
27. Oh no, because the bite is halved completely. Yes, you're right. Sorry. This one is going to make 2 wisdom saving throws. The first one against the spiritual guardians. Yeah. The second one against Agatha.
That succeeded.
Yeah, succeeding.
It was a 7. The
Won't
intimidation.
move. But it will take the spirit guardians damage.
Charlie said be right back, but I'll roll the 48.
Oh, okay.
That helps.
Yes, please.
Why do I offer? I roll so bad.
That's not terrible. On that,
Probably the best D6s, the D8s I've rolled.
I think it's exactly average, or almost exactly.
Sounds about right.
All right. Really, really wounded. But it's gonna. Well, it's probably gonna die. So it's gonna attack Zed twice. Just
No,
one at a time.
that misses.
I
can't kill anything, by the way. Well, actually, that one does hit.
Sorry, Chris.
I did take 20.
was gonna say, it's fine. That's actually, yeah, it should be fine. Yeah.
Okay. It will
So-
die to Armor of Agathis because it had less than 20 HP remaining.
And it was such a small amount of damage, I might get 2 more ticks of this. It's perfect.
Which will make it
Yeah,
then Agatha's turn.
The
Cool.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead. Before we move on. What were
I
you
was
gonna
gonna
say?
say the armor of Agathis does look like it's completely like devouring this raptor. Since it's the one I scanned.
Yeah. Frozen over. All right. Sorry, go ahead, Agatha.
Cool. Agatha is gonna do a fun thing and is going to bonus action disengage from
Yeah.
where I am cornered over here. And which is the one that which of these other 3 has been wailed on the most? Like, do any of them look
The one
bloodied?
directly below Roscoe.
Yeah, that one.
Cool. So I'm gonna take my full movement. Or actually, that's only half of my movement. But I'm gonna
Not
take.
even. Oh.
I got stuck. Oh, because of
Tripped and fell behind Silas.
yeah. Whoops.
Or did you want to be here?
Actually, I don't want to be in melee with 2 of them.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna pop right there. And we'll do a booming blade on this one.
Go for it. That I think still hits. Yep, still hits.
That's thank God. And we also get the sneak attack, which was horseshit. And where is my spell
This thing
book?
has just taken increments of 17 damage, like 4 different times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those times when you think your game's glitched because the damage
Um,
range keeps
Yeah.
hitting the exact same number.
And then I should also get to do my
Okay.
lightning. No, the lightning damage on that, right?
Yeah, please do that.
No, and I do not get an offhand attack because I bonus action disengage.
That's true. Yes, I forgot.
Wait, doesn't it fire that back in a D10?
Yeah.
Like
Not quite.
a
Not
10-foot?
quite. It's actually worse than that. So you, as
Oh, no.
the
Did you
as
come
your-
over here to have it explode on all of us?
as your blade hits you like it shoves in and your magic like blasts it out, and it's like on the edge of death at that point, but it has enough life that it like just howls out, and the electricity that you just pump into it, just the barest bit into its midsection, like it takes in, and then there's like a small bomb that launches out. This is actually really fun. This happens, and as this happens, there's a chain reaction as well, because this lightning hits the other
God.
food, which will then burst out as well. So in total, I think I'm
Does
just
it
gonna,
happen quickly enough? This is one instance of
I think this
like
is going to be
magic-
one
like a
save.
okay.
Yes.
Is this 3 instances
I've got
of
some-
separate damage, or is it one big explosion?
I think we're gonna do it as one big explosion for ease.
Oh, and I'm not resistant to lightning damage anymore. Good.
TPK from
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. They only do 2d6
As,
here.
okay.
as the lightning implosion happens, as a reaction, Zed's chest.
Sorry, I should have probably done that separate. So, just because, yeah. So Silas, you're not going to take the 2 5s, so it will only be 13 for you because one of
Alright,
them
and
is
what's
too
the-
far away. It's
what's the
a
saving throw?
dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
DC is
So it's
going to be
good.
14.
So it is 3 separate things?
Yes, technically.
Okay.
Just rolling it all together.
Okay,
it's
well,
for-
I'm going to negate
for
at
ease.
least one of them. Okay. It's
Okay, so
much
it's one
easier if
dex
it's
check.
one. I guess I don't know if it's safe to take no damage, right?
Yeah.
The first instance of it, as a reaction, Zed's like chest, where his armor and clothes are, for a moment begins to look like a mouth, and then opens into this maw of an abyss and just devours the first 2 dice worth of damage.
So I think this still fails, but I accidentally hit ability instead of save, so that should be a 10 instead of a 7.
Yes, unfortunately, it does still fail.
What was the DC
Cool.
you said?
13.
13. Hold on. I've got my wheel die. Because you're doing pretty rough. So
Yeah, because this is a dex save, I technically do already take half.
Yeah.
Or only half, but if I succeed, I take 0 damage, which would be nice.
So happy for you.
Yeah,
So close.
that's hilarious. Lee.
nope.
The wheel
okay,
didn't help.
So, everybody takes half, except for Silas, who takes their full 13.
Okay.
So everybody else is going to take 11.
So I negate the first
Alright.
8 and then take half of 15, so 7.
Correct.
Because, yeah, great. No, my armor of
So-
Agathis.
Agatha, what you see as you hear the echoing words of Zed, hey, back at you. With the first 8 damage halved, you see Roscoe get smacked in the side and look to surprise to his side. With the next 3, you see him fall back and slam back first into Zed from the explosion in front of him. Enough time to look at you in the eyes as the other 5 knocks him unconscious.
Wow.
And I think
If I had failed that deck save and that first roll had been better, then Roscoe would be down 2 death saves.
No.
Because it's each instance of damage.
Yeah, that's why if it was
That's true, yeah.
if it was 1 instance of damage, I negated all of it for me.
Yeah.
Silas being slightly outside the range really fucked us. It's Silas's fault.
oh, I see. Because I wasn't there to just go down immediately.
Yeah, you had to be completely out
Yeah.
of range, so Andrew could just be like, "It's just one homogenized."
These things are rolling like crazy good right now. All right. This is going to move up to attack Silas. It will make a wisdom saving throw. Failing. Taking a bunch. 18. And then we'll claw and bite at you.
Oh yeah.
Just continuing. I rolled so many 19s.
Huh?
You'll take 17 points of damage, and then it will be Zed's turn.
All right, Zed's theoretically like, if Zed had a best friend, it would be Roscoe, and he did just like collapse against Zed, a person that could not carry Roscoe's weight and had to let him slump to the ground. So I will immediately cast White Wind to bring Roscoe back up. And it's gone up. Even though I've taken 14 damage, the last White Wind upped the percentage by 1. So enjoy your 1 extra health.
Where do you want it? Something
I
so.
want it. So I'm just making sure I remember. I guess I'll just put it like here. And
So Roscoe,
then,
you're up with 5. And everybody else heals 5.
yeah. God, how do I get out of this without? I can step over the dead body, right?
Yeah.
All right. Zed steps away from these 2, not triggering the opportunity attack from the one on the left. But I'll take the 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. I see what you're saying. I got confused for a second there.
Yeah, I was like, how do I get out of this without 3 attacks? Because I simply don't want 3 attacks. That misses.
And then another one.
And would have kept my armor of Agathis.
And you would have killed it.
That
That's
one.
For 7.
That one hits for 7 and takes 20, and my armor's down.
Okay. I mean, it's bloody now.
And-
Although if it had been the other one, it would have died.
And then I prefer that it wasn't the other one. And then Zed like watches what's happening and like sees Roscoe nearly dead, Agatha like in bad shape, Silas literally in the middle of a bunch of raptors, clearly gonna die. And he like bites the tip of his finger, and as blood begins to pour out of it, there's like a moment of darkness, and then amidst the spirit guardians, you start to see a Reaper with a scythe, and I'll cast Reaper's Knell on all of them.
Nice.
Which is, I'm pretty sure, a wisdom save. I don't know I can hit all
Right.
of them. I don't know what the range is for this. Oh yeah,
It's 20 foot, so it's pretty big.
Yeah. So don't worry about that roll because that doesn't do anything right now. They just make the save now.
Oh, it doesn't.
And you can Yeah,
Fine.
it doesn't do anything right now. They have to get taken down to 0. But that's why I'm like moving back to not lose concentration, hopefully.
Yeah, it would have been nice if that had a one button for them all.
Next episode is just asked to, noticing us not checking in and wait for a flyby and just finding our raptor picked corpses.
Or
Oh, the 19.
okay, so 3 fails, and we're doing left to right.
Yeah.
A 4 fails, I assume. What's your?
Yeah.
What's your... So this
it's
one
fine,
right
it's fine.
here, this one succeeds. The rest of them fail.
Yeah, so the rest of them are marked, and if they die or hit 0, I can, for free, either heal
Heal
myself
someone.
2d8 plus spellcasting, or heal an ally within range.
Nice.
Perfect. Okay. Let me.
And then I'm just going to keep
mark
backing
them.
up to. And visually, you all see that like they start to kind of darken, and it starts to look. At first, it looks like there's a shadow cast over them. That's like not from anything, but you can slowly start to make out that the shadow is the shadow of a reaper perched on their backs. And then I just
Alright.
back up to not lose concentration because I'm pretty bad.
Mhm. And just to recap as well, these 2 are very wounded. Sorry, this one is
Sorry.
incredibly wounded. This one is bloodied. The other 3 are mostly fresh. They've all taken a little bit of damage.
And Zed says, try and finish off the ones that are in shadow.
All right, so we know exactly. All right, then. In that case, I'm just gonna go with the usual spiritual weapon and Toll the Dead combo. So I'll Toll the Dead on the one that was indicated as pretty harmed.
Bloody
Yeah.
one, or the one that's like literally about to die?
The one that's literally about to die.
It's a wisdom save, right?
Yeah. Oh, wait a second. I mean, I guess. Hold on. Let me look at something here. Yeah.
The most
was just
depressing
checking my
thing I've ever
damage.
seen.
Yep. Let's see.
What if 2 was enough?
It's hilarious.
Right?
It's hilarious because it's not.
Yeah. That's rough times. Rough times.
It's
It
gonna
will
start its
die.
turn and
I'll
die
get
its turn,
started.
Guardians.
Yeah, it will die.
Yeah. All right. Maybe that too
As-
is what makes the difference.
As
on,
long as you
know-
don't break concentration, anyways.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that won't happen with all that's going on here. And I will aim at the nearly dead one and try to kill it again.
Yes. Give me the weapon
I'm
attack.
gonna fix this
That-
so it made the
If it
attack
hits,
more.
it will kill.
I think I hit the wrong button.
Hovered
Use
on
it.
one
They
for
have
so
AC
long.
14.
Yeah. How is my?
Don't you have a wheel of a good dice that you can add?
I could. I don't think it's gonna do the trick because my rolls are rough. But I'll make the.
It's 50-50, Charlie.
Yeah, 4 up.
It's the only way Roscoe gets another turn because he might just die.
No.
Well, you're right. You should.
That's you done unless you want to move.
Andrew, I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that.
All right. This one's gonna run up to you to take a couple attacks.
Hey, just a quick flag. I don't know what happened, but I just checked the combat tracker, and I think I'm out of the order right now.
Oh yeah.
I-
What were
I
you?
should-
You had like a.
I should have. I was
Like,
17.
It was
something like
yeah,
that.
like-
Yeah.
If
So I
somebody,
should be second.
yeah, Agatha has.
Okay, there you go. No problem.
Did they both miss Silas? Because that's incredible.
Yeah, so both of these attacks hit, or miss rather, as it runs up to you. It does need to make a wisdom save against for this 20, which it will fail, so it will take 20. Not quite bloodying it, but that's quite a bit of damage as it runs through this. What are your spirit guards again? I'm forgetting off the top of my head.
I don't know that I had a chance to describe them. They are echoes of the party.
All right.
So
And like beat down by the party, flashes of the party as it charges in to attack you.
yeah, it's like it's just like little spiritual echoes of if the situation had been different, where would fate have led Roscoe to be? And so
All right. This one will succeed. What's your saving throw again? No, it will fail. It will fail.
I do like rolling damage every time a spirit guardian thing happens, rather than rolling one.
Cool.
You're rolling really good.
It's been
That,
great.
Yeah.
that
Spirit
bloodied
Guardian's,
it.
again. the
Oh,
best
wait.
spell
Sorry,
ever.
that was the wrong one. I'm going to click this one. Okay, this one's not quite bloody, but it is very injured. This was one of the tougher ones.
There's a free meal on the ground.
Yes, it's going to attack Roscoe.
Really hard to
Did
stop that.
I thought he got
Yeah.
a little bit of healing? Did I misunderstand?
I'm
He
awake.
got 5.
He did, but
Five.
he did rather than directly heal him because I couldn't do a hard
Wow.
heal on him. I
And this is
gambled.
its first attack.
Wait, hold up. We
And,
got plus 8 to that.
Oh, sorry, the description is wrong because I've just moved it from a different enemy. But it is plus, yeah. The 16 is correct.
Then 16 hits. Just exactly.
I thought you had, oh, you're right.
Oh wait, if it's 16 hits, hold up. I can woe its Did we ever find out?
I think we know
was-
roughly how easy it is to hit Roscoe.
Yeah,
We've seen
I know.
kids do it.
No, that much I know. It's because it's Dex or Strength for the melee, right? And they're kind of
Yeah.
speedy, so I would assume Dex. But didn't you?
I don't know.
No, these are strength-based attacks, if that matters.
Yeah, because I can woe Strength. So hold on, and that's all of my dice spent.
All right, that will miss. It does still have the bite, but you won't take extra death saves. Assuming this
it'll
hits.
hit. It hits. It definitely hits.
Okay, that's it.
But the point is no extra.
Yeah, I mean the
Right.
death save is good.
You're down at 0. Just
Woe-
roll
You
20.
woe the claws. You woe the claws.
Yeah,
and
just-
see Roscoe briefly have a flicker of hope before just
Like,
sink into his neck and start thrashing them around.
So it's grabbing
Just
at your
roll a
shoulder.
20. Chris, it's not that hard to just crit on command. Charlie does it every time Silas needs to come back up in combat.
Hey,
Oh, I genuinely thought you were
So
going to.
close. This one will make a wisdom saving throw. It won't die to this, probably. No, definitely not. I mean, still 11.
so
Looking pretty rough.
in the interest of not these guys not trying to
This
eat
one dies.
our friend. Good.
All right, does that
Um,
trigger the heal?
Yes.
Yeah, when it dies, the like black shadow that was on it, like reaches down and just rips the blood out of it and flings it at Roscoe, and you heal for. I will roll it. Oh, there you go. I can roll
Hey.
good for healing. the most efficient second level
and
cure
then it
wounds in the
will
world.
be Agatha's turn. So Agatha, the one in front of you, immediately in front of you, which was like limping, barely alive, just gets hit by one of the spirit guardians and falls.
Did the one at the end take its turn after it took the spirit guardian thing?
Did I skip one?
I think
Right,
yeah,
the
that's
first time to
directly.
die. Kristen, what
I'm
were you
okay.
saying?
I'm being
Thank you.
Not,
You're right. You're totally
not
right.
necessary anymore.
I jumped the gun.
Okay, that's what I
Um,
thought, which is why I asked about the heal, but
That's a good point because it would have attacked Silas.
Also, just I don't want to be that guy, but you also all needed to make wisdom saves for Reaper's Knell.
Oh, it's literally everybody?
Yeah, but if Roscoe fails, it does mean that I could have healed somebody when he hit 0. But no, I think it's we have to fully die for it to work. It doesn't do anything
Yeah.
bad to the corpse, but it feels like we have to fully die. It just gives us more healing if Roscoe dies.
You just fling Roscoe's soul at somebody.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw it at Agatha.
All right. Let me do these attacks.
man, that's
First
a hell of
one
a trade-off,
misses.
right? Like, if you're sure.
Second one does hit for 10.
Got it. Silas is like previously cool as a cucumber dodging of all these raptors is slowly starting to falter.
Okay.
Same thing, you just
And then
down a
Roscoe
little
heal
bit.
19.
Yes.
Yep.
And then it will be Agatha's turn. So Agatha, this one is very wounded now. The other ones are in varying states of being, damaged.
Cool. Heck. So once again,
Mhm.
I re-asked this question. My chocobo with healing powers. Is
Yes.
that going to use my action?
It will. I'd say with an attack for your to have it make an attack. So I think it's a bonus action to direct it to use its action. I think that's typically generous, but some
That's quite generous.
So, I know that some of the subclasses can do that with their mounts, and nobody is taking a Chocobo Knight thing, so I'm happy for you all to be able to do that in this instance.
Okay.
It's not stepping on anybody's
So-
toes. It makes it a little bit more fun.
Cool. We stand directly on the corpse of this one right here, if you will allow that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Cool. And in parallel, Agatha twists one direction, is going to attack the critter to her right with my favorite and yours, a booming blade attack.
So you can also roll a for the Chocobo a D8 plus 3.
Nope,
Oh,
Nope.
sorry.
because you said I have a use of cure wounds.
Yes.
So as Agatha is turning this way, the Chocobo leans ahead down to nuzzle where Roscoe is lying down right now. And we'll pop another D8 plus
3.
3. Cool.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was.
Oh, oops. I thought you were sorry.
No, you're okay. So you heal another 6, Roscoe.
Maybe I can survive one hit now.
And hey, that was my bad, Andrew.
No, you're fine. Remember at the start when we were like, man, Roscoe hits so much HP?
Yeah, and I was like,
Then I
okay,
took-
you don't need this.
Then I took an entire Asta's worth of damage.
Yeah. These things really ran up and was like, we're going to get the big guy first.
Definitely more than that because I've healed you for like 28 already.
From the very back
All
of
right.
the group where Head ran to, the beginning of this fight, you just hear the Tom and Jerry screaming sounds from like where Roscoe is.
So we'll take the Spirit Guardian's damage, the full amount. 19. Not quite bloodied. That one's pretty tanky. But it will then. It's actually going to move in a little. It will claw and bite
But a
at
real
Silas.
Yep, that's gonna be all, folks.
God, mother.
we
You
gotta
go
get
down
rid
to
of
the
that
second attack. Is that right, though?
Yeah, it's on the second attack.
Okay.
Surviving first. We got this
Um,
moment of like Silas, like with 1 HP,
Drops.
standing like barely upright, breathing, and then like turning back to it, and then just the second thing. Just,
it'll
bam.
move if you're bound to get into that space. Zed.
Well, my
Uh,
summon
the-
remains up, so I get a
Yeah,
free
White Wind
white
goes
wind.
off.
White wind immediately brings Silas back up. The thing walks away, and Silas's eyes open immediately after. Let me
Wow, that's
click
great.
that. You all heal 5. I don't want to do the refund of myself a resource. But next time, if it continues, it will be 6. And now I actually.
You got some options. A lot of them are bloodied
Not
or
really.
getting there. That's true. A lot of them are slightly over that.
Okay, so Roscoe's alive, but on the ground, right?
With 30 HP.
All right, the one that is this one here, I guess. Zed points at it with that finger that's still covered in blood, and begins to hum, and that hum elevates, but only for this creature. And I'll just cast a 2nd level Dissonant Whispers at it, and if it runs away, you can just stab it to death.
On this one?
Yeah, on the one that you denoted as injured the most. It's a lot of dice to only roll 17.
Well.
That's just needless and rude.
24 would be max on that.
So it will take 8.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to move away.
No,
It won't.
And then I can't reuse a thing, so I will just live my life. That's it.
Silas on the ground.
Cool. Yeah, Silas on the ground is going to. Let's see. Roscoe's at 30. I'm at. You said I healed 5, right?
Yep.
All right. All of these are looking fairly wounded, right?
They've all taken a few hits, yes. This one is like very injured, I would say. And your spiritual weapon is still up because that's not concentration.
Yeah. So I will cure wounds myself at level 3.
Yeah, so you got 26.
Stand up and yeah, smack the most harmed looking one. Yeah. With the spiritual weapon.
will hit 8 points of damage, not quite bringing it down. All right. Well, seeing you get back up, it's gonna try to rectify that situation. Missing though, which will probably mean that you stay up. Oh no, it just misses twice.
Cool.
Yeah, kind
Why
of.
is Silas
It's
so
like-
unhittable by these dogs in particular?
It's like turning to go and attack the summon when it like sees you stand up, but it's like halfway in between moving and just
Yep.
swipes back. This one's gonna saying that it's like had Roscoe in its jaws and it just let go. Now it's like going for your throat and planning on just clawing and biting until you actually like are full dead. Hitting twice for total of 20.
I'm still on my
And then it's gonna be your turn.
Roscoe stands up for the first time in like 3 rounds. Just blood, burn marks, electricity. Bonus action, enters back into a trance.
Mhm.
Arms thrum with thunder. Brings his hands up, uses his own blood to reform the quaff.
The pomade. The
Yeah,
bloody
yeah,
pomade.
people coming!
A lot of that blood is from the dog that got blood
Doesn't
written up to
matter.
heal you. Just want to say.
Emergency pomade. Yeah, then Roscoe's is gonna I'm gonna limit break this fucking dog. I'm fucking pissed off this thing.
All right, let's do it.
Jesus Christ.
This one right here.
Yep.
We should have just hired a guide
Pointedly,
that was good at surviving.
I don't think it specifies. It just says I can make the 3 attacks. All 3 of them are gonna be guarding attacks.
Okay, that's fine.
I feel like that's wise in this situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of why I told you they were easy to hit, and then you recklessly attacked next turn. But
I realized my mistake afterwards. But, see, this is why I reckless.
Yeah, unfortunately that one does miss. By 1. These dogs are fucking you guys up. That'll hit.
I'm imagining this like a Street Fighter Shoryuken. You like come up, fully immolating this thing.
14 for the first hit. Wait, actually, it's an extra D4 too.
Yeah.
So 16 for the first hit. That actually hits.
Okay, yeah, that'll hit.
And 17 for the second. I'm assuming the thing is still up.
It is still up. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. If that first attack hit, it might have gone down.
Everything's so close to dead.
Yeah.
Including us.
That will be my turn.
You use that. This guy is gonna go. I think they're probably gonna attack Agatha. Missing. Yeah.
On the first hit, when it goes to swipe at Agatha
Mhm.
and like misjudges, it gets caught on ring ropes that appear that make it bounce back as I'm using my reaction into Sentinel. As between two of them, just a thundering fist flies out past Agatha to try to punch this thing in the face.
If you hit, Agatha won't take this 8 damage. Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage. But it's definitely dead.
In the spirit
Yeah,
of
that one
Roscoe
dies.
saving Agatha in that moment, as Roscoe punches it, the blood from the punch is exponentially more than it should be and coats Agatha with a Reaper's Knell heal.
Nice.
The most disgusting healing.
There's no need for it to be this healing.
And Agatha,
I
it's
couldn't
then
work
your
out
turn.
how to cast a spell. Enjoy your 14 health and infinite mental trauma.
I mean, this is fine with raptors. With sentience, it's gonna be pretty rough.
It doesn't always work this way. I think it's just the way that Zed it's envisaged the first casting. Also, I'm never casting this spell again. This was just a good
It's
use.
pretty good, actually. Agatha, it's going to be your turn.
Cool. Agatha looks to Roscoe's left, looks to Roscoe's right, and then sees a very rough-looking Orion a little farther off, and with her left hand, she's got the right hand rapier. Her left hand is holding the reins. She pops that into her teeth, finger guns at the one that is farther from her, and we're gonna pop a firebolt on that one.
That's been on the 20 for a while.
I'm gonna McFucking lose it.
You still have a bonus action.
And then I will
You
bonus
actually,
act.
we don't use this a lot, but you could have steady aimed. But your bonus
And I
action.
wasn't planning on moving. Yes, thank you for reminding me of that.
Yeah, you don't use you tend to stealth a lot, although it's kind of hard in this situation. Unfortunately, that is still a miss. All right. The Volclaw Raptor is going to attack. Yeah, it's going to attack Roscoe with disadvantage.
Yep.
Missing. And missing.
Yeah.
It will then be Zed's turn.
Oh look, this summon remains up. Everybody have your free 5 points.
Thank
Which
you.
Wait,
I
is
am
it
at
6
full
now?
health, by the way, now. Oh no, it is 6. You're right. It's 57. Oh, hang on. I have to output it because I have to work out. I don't know how the math did this one. It's a weird midsection. 6, yeah. Because I'm on 57, so I might have thought of that as 55. I get to be on full health for a change.
Here, I thought I was
Life's
gonna get
easy.
rocked, so I didn't cast Spirit Guardians. But the way this round
I
actually went,
missed
I could've
him.
done it.
And then I will once again attempt to Dissonant Whispers a thing. This one that Roscoe was fighting. I would like to Dissonant Whispers it. I'm going to do it at level 1. But I also would like to make it look like it's afraid of Roscoe. Even though it's not really going to run away from Roscoe. It's going to run away from me.
It's cute. It's real cute.
I don't like this. And the fact that Dissonant
Alright.
Whispers has never succeeded, like, for so fucking long. It takes 7.
Yep. Yeah, it takes that one. That's the
gonna jump up on this
psychic
rope.
damage hits its brain. But then it's gonna be Silas's turn. There are 3 remaining, and you guys are in much better shape than you were a round ago. Although Roscoe is still very injured. What are you doing?
This time when I cast Spirit, which was some of the Spiritual Guardians, I'm gonna cast it. I think it. So it's 30. Yeah, Roscoe's still pretty rough. Agatha is doing better, but I'm gonna. Did you say that two out of the three look pretty damaged?
They all look like they had taken some damage. This one is almost dead. The one farthest from you.
Okay. Let me smack that one.
Got it.
Cool.
Not quite dead.
I will go ahead and pull it.
Yeah, that'll do it. So that one also dies.
Cool.
I'm gonna Reaper's Knell for somebody, but I'm gonna perception check to see if I notice anybody other than Roscoe who's in worse shape. I don't know what people tell Zara, and Zed's bad at telling. Roscoe's probably in the worst shape anyway, right?
Yeah.
Great.
For sure.
Roscoe,
Roscoe,
a fountain of blood.
Marzin.
A fountain
Just
of blood.
through the combat, and so Zed, you do hear Roscoe. What keeps happening? Just go into blood.
Also, I rolled
Why does it keep happening?
I rolled so badly in this game, but I've rolled nothing below a 4 on these Reaper's Knell things.
Yep.
Yeah, I have 16.
Silas really likes being able to contribute to healing by killing a thing. Man, that is a satisfying.
Yeah, it's a cool spell in this kind of situation.
Yeah.
So if you are going to get
That was
attacked,
braces. Yep.
Actually, these things are dumb, but they're not that dumb. So I want to make an int roll. Okay, it's actually gonna step over to swipe at the summon.
Good luck. This summon's immortal. Yeah, that dies.
Okay. And then it will bite at Silence. Hitting you for 9. And then it will be Roscoe's turn.
Well, Roscoe thinks we're fighting raptors and a blood wraith currently, or something.
Did you fail your save to Reaper's Knell? Because if you did, you kind of feel the presence of a Reaper.
It's just like... It's only 2 of these things left, right? It's the one directly next to Roscoe. Like, how injured is it?
This is the pack leader. You think this is the toughest one, but it's still taking a fair amount of damage.
Okay. Well then.
And then standing next to the runt currently. I think that's inaccurate.
I'm going to punch it a few more times. Still keeping my guard up because I've learned my lesson from these fucking things.
Yes, that will hit, and
Yep.
great. There it is.
I just needed to believe. Lord,
Nice. Definitely bloody now. That will still hit. Team. All right. Not downed, but it is very like 1 or 2 hits away. just like rocket it into the shoulder. I hear a satisfying. Unless you probably break something in there. And then it will be Agatha's turn.
So the one that is at my diagonal looks like it is 1 or 2 hits away from going down. What about the one that is currently in melee with Silas, but not Roscoe?
It can take. It's only taking a couple hits. I think mainly. I think maybe only from the Spirit Guardians. But it does seem to be a little bit smaller than the other ones.
Okay. So Agatha is going to trust and believe that Roscoe has got this situation handled. Is going to take
And
some movement.
conversely, not trust and believe that Silas has got his situation.
Correct. That was the unspoken part of that.
Man, Silas has fucked these raptors up, is all I want to say.
Sure.
Is gonna pop over here. Gonna take the opportunity attack.
All right, they'll go for the swipe. Missing.
Roscoe,
if Roscoe, if you want to use your reaction.
I will do that.
This was was hoping this would happen.
Yeah, hopefully it works. It swipes Agatha while it's distracted. Roscoe materializes a ring rope to bounce himself off of to get a bit of momentum enough for like an extra punch.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Fucking great.
You definitely roll really bad to not kill it, I think. Like really, really impossibly bad. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely gonna knock it down. You just knock the alpha out using this like what does they call it? Loop-de-doop? No, that's not right. Whatever. As you do around rope-a-dope, there you go.
Yep.
Rope-a-dope maneuver.
Fucking phenomenal. And then is going to hop off the chocobo.
Mhm.
Do a bit of a barrel roll and hide behind this bush.
Sure. Go ahead and make a sneak roll.
Cool beans.
Bush full of foliage to hide behind.
Yeah.
They're not the most perceptive. You think you're pretty hidden from this creature.
And then pops the head up, and instead of finger gunning with her left hand, is going to finger gun with her right hand to try to get off another firebolt at the last one standing. And this should be at advantage.
Okay. It's only a hit.
That's a super 15. And then I'm going to expend a use of Amateur's Intuition to pop a sneak attack on top of that.
Right. That will put it bloodied. As it just takes a firebolt to the side. And then it will be Zet's turn.
Alright, I will. I have to look at my blue magic now that White Wind feels a little less important.
Yeah, it's out.
Probably. Should use that more. I will summon a small little floating like thing that just stares at this, boring its eyes into its soul, and cast Rotting Gaze. It's a con save. So DC 16 con save because it's against mine.
Isn't that
Yeah,
that movie
get
we've been
Fails.
talking about?
Nope, that's don't like it. And then
It is
immediately
still
following
up,
that, as
but only barely.
it turns to look at that thing, it feels this feeling of its head like just dropping as if it's falling, and I'll cast Hypnic Jerk on it. And I have a fun description for if it dies. Which it won't, because
No.
why would it?
Why would it?
I mean, hold on. It might not save. See?
It doesn't
Fail
save.
these wisdom checks. Takes 2 damage. I
So
was
it
gonna
will
have his
take
head
the
fall and
2.
spray blood all over all over Silas.
Well, it's Silas's turn.
Cool. Silas, yep, you know what's going to... Yep. So, all very obvious here.
The butt of the gun swings towards.
The spiritual rifle.
That's only ever used as a staff.
Yep.
That will hit, and that will kill it.
Yep.
Thanks to the 2 damage.
The blood spray
Not really.
from your spiritual weapon just coats your face. For 14 heal.
Still worth it, yeah. I mean, I'll take that. Silas just kind of like Silas like looks around himself, kind of glancing around in these corners for where their previously raptors popped out,
Mhm.
and then reaches into his jacket, pulls out a handkerchief, goes to wipe his face, looks over his shoulder at Agatha, and is going to move over to Agatha and offer her the handkerchief. And it's just kind of like
Zed's doing that thing from a western where someone leans over their saddle on their like horse as if they've just watched something like entertaining, as he looks pristine and completely undamaged and completely unbloodied.
Can one of you roll me a d20, please? High is good.
Oh, I will. Nope, never mind.
Alright. Nothing immediately happens.
Great. Zed implodes from smugness about not being injured.
So, Roscoe stands there for a moment, looking like he just stepped out of the movie Carrie, just on either side. We'll look over at Zed. He raises a hand because you're a bit further away to like give you a thumbs up as like, hey, thanks. I know you kept me alive. He does see you looking smug on a chocobo, and you know Roscoe enough that he's seemingly, you can tell he's thinking about something, and he kind of like opens his hands up like in a friendly gesture, and he begins to move towards you.
I jump off the rock with my slightly flying chocobo and get away from Roscoe. So I got up here for a dramatic jump if I needed it. But Zed's like, next time I can probably do it without the blood next time. It was the first time I've used that spell. It was very effective though.
So it was effective. I am slightly concerned about being covered in this much blood and he just gestures.
The blood's gonna probably dissipate as the Esper magic stops these things being monsters. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
My mouth tastes like panties.
These creatures do
Agatha and
seem to convert down into more normal lizard type creatures.
Does the blood go away?
It lessens.
Is
Yeah,
Roscoe still
I
chasing
mean-
Zed?
You turn around and it's the full like cop from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs run, like Roscoe on the chocobo.
Zed slows, but not enough to get caught, and is just firing prestidigitations back at you to clean you.
It is late enough in the day at this point You could long rest. It would be a very early stop. Or you could just short rest and keep going.
If it's like early in the day, then Roscoe would be fine short resting.
Yeah, Zed's pretty much fine.
I think Roscoe would look over at Agatha, still getting the taste of the blood out of her mouth, and just,
Well, hey, because
like
static electricity also has an iron taste to it.
Yeah. And we'll kind of like look over and with genuine sympathy, it's just like they offer you something to get the taste out of your mouth, but I think you are the only one food here.
We definitely brought rations.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for dinner.
Well,
Right. You all can short rest then. Sounds like. Some of you needing it a lot more than others.
I'm not even going to click the button to short rest because it doesn't give me anything. It's a lot of hit dice.
Roscoe, we're like all of it hit dice.
Not at full health yet.
Very close. Yeah.
yeah,
It's
I'll
hard because
take a
you
cheeky little
rolled
short
so
rest.
good for your HP. So it's getting back up to full. All right. Can I get another? You guys take some time, rest. You make like a little quick, not even a camp, but just like pause for a minute. Give your chocobo some water. Have a quick bite before continuing on. Could I get another survival check? We will wrap up soon as well. Move us to the next thing.
Is it?
I thought that was the survival check.
All right, okay.
No, this was for me. This was for me. This is hey, if anyone wants to insight check Agatha during this short rest, she's in a foul mood now.
Do we need to insight that?
No.
Our passive insights are probably.
I mean, I will because my insight's bad. It's still 10.
Well,
Zed sees largely no difference.
keep thinking these are the survival checks.
No,
Oh no, remember, exhaustion.
I think Charlie.
I would have.
I think Charlie said be right back, but I will roll. For,
Oh, I missed it.
I'll roll the survival
Okay.
check.
Yeah, I'll DM you, Chris.
I'm so good at skill checks that I will roll the survival check. Don't worry. Charlie simply cannot possibly have the right amount of skills. Yeah, okay, that's very funny. But also,
many do they
Charlie
have? 1,
cannot
2,
possibly
3.
have the right amount of skills. They have 3 and a gaming set.
Yeah, I'm just seeing right to me.
The lowest you can have is 4. This whole time, Silas has forgotten a skill. He's so old that he's forgotten a skill he had. Also, do we just get attacked by the same raptors again? The exact same fight happens one more.
We take
No.
2 steps. And
No, it's so the way
A
it in
dune-
my head is that
a
like
dune fucking sandworm.
we're gonna roll the D100 and you're gonna like the bad stuff chance is a lot higher because you rolled a 1.
Alright, I'll roll a D100 as well. So if I roll a 1 again, do we just all implode?
That's-
Except not Zed, obviously, because he's impossible to kill.
Pretty much. I do have an enemy if you roll
Right,
really
98 though.
98
good,
is high is good. So it's somewhat undercutting the fact that you rolled a 1 in this case. If you had rolled a well, you would have just found the village, which normally would be really, really hard.
Fucking Silas.
I was gonna say fucking. If high was bad, we take a short rest and we walk into Ruby Weapon.
We find a casino. We are forced to pick up Kate Sith.
Okay.
Did we just disappear into dead silence, or is Andrew talking?
Yeah, I'm
Deciding how to
Looking at
interpret
the result.
Decimal 198.
and realizing, or not realizing, but thinking about the description.
Good. Good. I love this. Okay, Chris, I did send you a DM about your wasted nat 20.
Chris, how does it feel to roll a natural 20?
It feels
I
like
just-
an inordinate amount with Roscoe so far.
As you
think I rolled
guys
one.
are, again, you're trying to like keep skirting around, but you're getting to the point where you're kind of like heading into like the. Actually, you're probably going this way. I think you kind of start here and then you're making your way around. So you're kind of like getting to a point where it's like you're either you have to go in there or into the mountains. So you're like thinking about turning around, but as you're going, you start to enter into some of the cuts a little bit more than you were previously. Around the time you think you would start to make the decision to turn around and try to loop around the other way. Or that you just need to go in deeper. As this happens, you can see on one of the shorter spires, shorter still being like, 20, 25-ish feet above you, but it's like smaller, the top of it is probably barely 5 feet around. There is, it's almost like the Reaper that Zed had summoned as a part of the spell, in the sense that it is kind of like not fully there. It is very like wispy and see-through. And there's like some dust that's passing by as this happens. The cloak is getting taken. And it almost has the feeling of mirage. A tall humanoid shape, but it's more of an impression. So it's like the dust of the wind, along with some like crackling electricity, are sort of forming the shape of a humanoid person. Kind of hard to tell like exactly how tall because they're so far above you, etc. But they're kind of, as one of you notices this and the rest of you point out, they seem to kind of be, their head is like, was like tracking you, like they were watching pretty clearly, but they don't make any movement or seem to do anything at this moment.
Said it's like 25 feet up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Agatha's in a quite bad mood right now and does flip it off.
Great. Zed presumably doesn't notice that because terrible perception. And kind of looks at Roscoe and is like, well, it didn't attack us yet, so maybe it's friendly.
When you flip it off,
Did we lose Andrew again, or is
No,
this
I'm
one
rolling.
picking up?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to roll that as solid. although kind of appropriate. When you flip it off, the some of the lightning that makes up its form seems to coalesce for a moment, and then Agatha, you like teeter off of the chocobo as you get hit by a shock of lightning for an amount. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, good. I just failed a self-imposed charisma check.
Zed watches that happen and says, "Well, it didn't attack us. It could be friendly."
I'm gonna uncanny dodge that also.
That halves the damage, right?
Yep.
Okay, and you succeed on the
Oh,
saving
wait,
throw.
no, I can only do that when it is an attack. And this was a
It is
saving
an
throw,
it.
so never mind, I do not.
No, you can still half the damage. The saving throw is the d20 plus 8 is the attack roll. And then the saving throw is as a result of when you get hit.
Copy that.
Um,
So I uncanny dodge it then.
yes, so it kind of like only partially catches you as you move out of the way quickly. You feel that there's like this mind magic mixed in here. This like kind of not that it's psychic damage, but like some effect starts to creep into your brain, but you kind of shove it off quickly. And then the creature seems to disappear. Like taken off the wind.
A like
Only shocked
shout
us
of
once.
greeting dies in Zed's mouth. It's like, well,
Yeah, but to Zed, it's like, well, it only shocked Agatha once, and then it left without shocking the rest of us, so it could be friendly.
It did something. It tried
Yeah,
to do
it
something in my
electrocuted
brain.
you.
That's not it.
What's
I don't know what. It tried to do something in my brain also.
Can one of you also roll me a d20?
I'll do it. I'm the greatest.
Oh, no.
Damn it, Chris. This was gonna be my 20. I'm gonna roll it just to show you that it's gonna be a crit. And I'm gonna waste my crit.
It was
That was
good. Something. Nothing happened on the 8 immediately. Anyways,
Chris, I think Zed says,
All these
well,
nothing happens immediately is killing me.
it was a man-shaped thing with lightning. Maybe that was the Esper that we were looking for, or a shadow of it.
While we're walking around, can Agatha try to tap Ifrit, which I feel like should be easier because she's in a pissy mood?
mm-hmm. Yeah. Go ahead and make a wisdom check. It'll be
Cool.
easier. I'll give you advantage actually. Do it that way. I'm glad I said that.
Holy shit!
I think what happens here, you go to reach for Ifrit.
of lightning.
You go to reach for Ifrit. You feel like the magic is still there. Like if you needed to summon him, you could. But like something about this place is making it very difficult to communicate in words. Like his power is not as strong here, or your connection to him is not as strong. So you still have the power, but not the connection at the moment.
I'm sure
A double
somewhere
nat one.
inside of her she knows that this was not his fault, but she's still like, even though she cannot get access to like have a two-way communication, she does send like a fuck you, you're useless down the line. Just to him.
I think we're probably gonna end there with "fuck you, you're useless," and pick back up with another roll.
If we're into some weird mental demi-plane, just sitting on a couch with like a bag of chips, it's like, bro,
Bruh. All right. We'll see you all next week. Bye for now.